Welcome back to Coach Caris, Itchy, Bitchy and guests. The space where we get real about midlife, health, confidence and everything else in between. I'm a massive believer in confidence, by the way. So, if you've been feeling stuck in a cycle of calorie counting, constantly dieting, like put your hands up if you've actually been on a diet for 30 odd years. Yeah, I've been there. Not now, but I have been there. So this is this constant cycle that we're in of calorie counting, dieting, cutting out the cake, not having the nice tasty things, alright? It just dims your sparkle a wee bit, It just gets us feeling like this constant feeling of not being happy with the way we look and not liking what we see in the mirror. It's just a constant drudge. Like, it literally sucks all the life out of you. But today, I am sharing some very exciting news. Well, I'm very excited. Hope you are very excited. You will be, right? So, I'm going to help you get a brand new way of life for your midlife. Kid you not? Kid you not? Because I think yous all deserve, every single midlife woman deserves to feel amazing inside your body. You deserve to feel amazing. You deserve to look in the mirror and actually like what you see, all right? Without obsessing over numbers, without chasing a scale weight, without getting tied up in knots about trying to live on 800 to 1,000 calories Monday to Friday. So no calorie counting, no scale weight. Because trying to deal with dieting and not liking how you feel about your body when you're battling the perimenopause or the menopause or just midlife symptoms in general, right? So you're battling midlife, you're maybe battling a wee bit of extra stress, lack of sleep, perimenopause symptoms, menopause symptoms, low self-esteem, lack of confidence. And on top of all of that, you're trying to add in a calorie deficit and living on very little calories. There is no wonder you are feeling like shit. So I am going to add in an extra part to my coaching for all you women out there that want to get feeling on top of the world before you consider anything to do with diet. Diet isn't fat loss, anything at all, all right? True story, by the way. So the coaching that I do at the moment, right, for midlife women, there's obviously my ladies that lift, right, that come into the gym and we train together, and that's amazing. Had them all upside down this morning, honestly. There's skipping going on, right? There was a lot of trips to the toilet, that's fair. I haven't had kids and I feel like I'm going to pee myself every time I do skipping. I've got to go to the toilet at least 3 times. There was skipping going on, jumping going on, women that have come into my gym previously and they've got sore hips and sore knees and sore ankles, smashing it because we're getting stronger. Anyway, right, I do literally digress. So that is my ladies at lift. My one-to-one coaching, the midlife reset, which is nutrition coaching, healthy habit coaching, lifestyle coaching for women in midlife, right? So that's for women that feel that they are ready to actually tackle fat loss, all right? Because we work together to do that. We work together. But not everybody is at the stage in life, not everybody should be at the stage in life that they continue down this fat loss journey, especially, like I said, when you're feeling stressed out your napper, knackered because you're not sleeping, fatigued, and you're battling all other manner of midlife things that are going on in your life, right? We just didn't have the actual brain capacity. So this coaching, my group coaching, right, will focus on getting you feeling actually like just human, right? How many of yous out there just feel not human? You just feel like, all you're doing is literally getting through the day, getting through work, getting through your home life, just getting through the day. You're not looking after yourself. You're not a priority. You've got no time. You're giving everything to everybody else, and all that's doing is making you resent other people. There's no happiness in your life. There's no joy. You're just struggling to find the fun in everything, right? And then you want to go on a fucking diet and try and live on, like, it's ridiculous. So we're going to stop all of that malarkey, all right? For the people that aren't ready, for the women that actually need to feel better, you as you're listening to this, right, you will know if you are one of these women. So I want you to imagine actually getting out your bed in the morning and feeling rested, right? Being able to make healthy choices most of the time so that you are fueling your body to get you through midlife. So actually having a choice of food and you thinking to yourself, do you know what? Quite fancy a salad. Do you know what? Actually quite fancy some fruit. Like, because you know that it's going to make you feel better more so than sitting on the sofa at night eating a takeaway because you cannot be fucked cooking. So it's about actually, do you know what it is about? It's about choices, right? And everything is about choices. There's always choices. There's always a choice, all right? And it's about you choosing to actually put yourself first, not to the detriment of everybody else, all right? But there's a lot of guilt goes on with us women about putting ourselves first. We automatically assume that if we put ourselves first, everybody else will think that we're selfish. So putting yourself first, it's not to the detriment of everybody else. It's not you saying, right, I only have an hour spare, so I'm going to spend that hour on me and everybody else can just burn. It's not about that. It's about you saying, I have an hour, so I'm going to take 40 minutes of that hour for me, and that'll allow me to give 20 minutes to somebody else that needs it. That's what it's about. It's about finding a balance, and it's about understanding that if you don't look after you, you're not any use to anybody at all, right? And also, you deserve to look after you because you deserve to have such an awesome life that you want to share it with other people and you don't start to resent it, all right? Most midlife women that I work with at some point, are at the moment or at some point, right, have struggled or are struggling with exhaustion and overwhelm, right? The two of them are very much connected, by the way. So we struggle with exhaustion because we're not sleeping properly, right? We're maybe in the perimenopause, we're maybe drinking too much wine, we're maybe filling our body with shitty food, and we're maybe not moving enough and not exercising enough, right? And all of that affects our sleep. Definitely 100%, right? So if you're not sleeping well, everything else can seem like the one tiny thing can totally get blown out of all proportion, right? I've done it myself, all right? And also when we don't sleep properly, our anxiety levels ramp up, which again leads to overwhelm. So working together to prioritise what is actually really important and what you can let slide or what you can deal with on a later date. So it's about introducing habits that you'll eventually do without thinking about, so it doesn't actually take up any more brain space. All right. The second thing we're going to work on is diet culture. So diet culture pressure to shrink or to fix yourself. All right. Now, I am not anti-diet. I am not anti-fat loss, right? A lot of my coaching is to do with diet and fat loss, right? But it's working with women that actually feel mentally aware enough and well enough within their own bodies to realise that, do you know what? I do actually like myself, but I would maybe like to, I'm carrying a wee bit extra body fat, so I'd maybe like to lose half a stone, or I'd maybe like to lose a stone, or I'd maybe like to drop a dress size, because I just feel that will absolutely enhance my self-confidence and how I'm feeling, right? So those women are absolutely ready to do fat loss. They're ready to do a calorie deficit. They're ready to learn about their nutrition, all right? 100%. Because when they look in the mirror, They actually like what they see. They know that they're a decent human being. They know that they're fabulous, but they're at that stage that they want to lose a wee bit of fat because they want to feel a wee bit more comfortable, right? A lot of midlife women that come to me to start with, they're not ready for fat loss. They're not ready for a calorie deficit because they feel that society says that they need to lose body fat, right? And society says that they should be a size 6 or they should be a size 8 or they should have a flat tummy or they should have a thigh gap, right? And a lot of that's not healthy thoughts. That's you just trying to conform to a way, way outdated societal norms or whatever the word is, all right? So if you feel that you should be on a diet, I've got inverted fingers here, a comma thingamabobbers for anybody that's not watching this on YouTube, right? If you feel that you should be like a smaller size, or you feel that society is telling you that you need to fix yourself, or you need to look different, or you need to drop 2 dress sizes, or you need to live on lettuce leaves, right? That you are so not ready for fat loss. You are so not ready for it. So this group coaching is about increasing your confidence and actually working through why you want to conform to what society says, because a lot of the time what society says is bollocks. It's utter pish. All right, so we don't want to do that. We want to work on increasing your confidence so you can actually decide and you can choose for you what the right thing to do is. See the amount of midlife women that I've got in the Midlife Reset that come to me for dieting, so they're like, oh, I'd like to lose a stone, or oh, I'd like to drop a dress size. 6 weeks in, right, the scales are irrelevant. The scales are already irrelevant because they're working on increasing their, that's so not the right word. They're working on improving their relationship with food. They're working on fueling their body. And when you start to understand nutrition, and you start to understand that what you put into your body makes you feel better or worse, the scale weight actually becomes irrelevant because we're working on self-confidence. We're working on liking what you see in the mirror. We're working on building up to getting you into a swimsuit or a bikini, or just not hiding in your towel, or a pair of shorts, or a sleeveless top, or getting naked in front of your husband in the bedroom, like going to your bed, taking all your clothes off with the lights on. That's the kind of thing that we're working on, self-confidence, right? So oftentimes the scale weight becomes irrelevant. But if you're so far into this lack of self-confidence, you won't understand that. You'll just be fixated on the scales, all right? None of you are stupid. You are all educated women, but for some reason, a lot of us, myself included, have had a mental block as far as fat loss is concerned, because all we're trying to do is conform to what we think everybody else thinks we should be doing. All right. This is also coupled with losing your spark and losing your confidence. So if you get up in the morning, right, and you look in the mirror, maybe you don't actually look in the mirror, you just can't bear to look in the mirror, then this is to do with confidence and your love for life and your lust for life and your little sparkle, right? So just to clarify, in case any of you don't know, and you have actually missed me saying this for the last 2 years, literally been banging on about this, all right? Midlife is the time, probably the only time in your life that you can actually start to not give a fuck about what people think about you. All right, providing you're not being nasty, providing you're not horrible, providing you're not bringing somebody else down to make your light shine brighter, right? You can actually give zero fucks. Nobody has the right to tell you what to do, how to dress, what to wear, how to wear your hair, how to wear your makeup. This is about you choosing you. Actually, yes, I am speaking to you. This is about you choosing to make the next 40 years of your life, the next 50 years of your life, the next 30 years of your life, whatever the fuck you want, right? But that only comes from confidence. So that's all the things that we're going to work on in my group coaching, all right? It's a wee bit different. Absolutely, because we're going to focus on self-love, we're going to focus on body confidence, we're going to focus on energy, because like I said previously, what you put into your body, right, determines how much energy you have. That is a true story, right? You fuel your body with healthy food most of the time, you will feel bloody fantastic. You fuel your body with beige food, too much carbs, processed food, takeaways, wine, alcohol, you will feel like shit. It's absolutely true, all right? Women, another thing that I hear very often, right, is women will say to me, do you know, this is my life now. I'm fat, I'm always going to be fat. Nothing in my wardrobe fits me. It's never going to fit me. I don't want to do anything. I don't have the confidence to do anything. I don't want to meet new people. This is my life now. No, no, absolutely not. This is absolutely not your life. It's so not. It just, honestly, it frustrates the absolute life out of me, because if you are 45, right, you are potentially halfway through your life, right? 50% is gone. And if you think back to that 50%, like, were you happy? Have you been happy for the last 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 years? Because if you're not, the next 45 years can be whatever the fuck you want them to be. They can be absolutely happy. Do you know what I mean? You can change your job, you can retrain, you can go back to uni, you can end a relationship, you can start a relationship, you can find new friends, you can find new hobbies, you can do new things. You can just, I kid you not, you can actually do whatever the fuck you want. But it's all hinging on having the confidence to do so. And that doesn't come straight away. That's something that we need to work on, and that's cool. That's absolutely cool. All right. But taking that first step is massive. Absolutely massive, right? I absolutely understand how difficult it is to break the habit and to change your routine, because we just keep doing what we've always done. Of course we do, because it's safe and it's secure, right? But it doesn't give you any new experiences. It doesn't give you any new love for life. It doesn't give you any new hobbies. It doesn't give you any new friends. It just doesn't let you experience anything new. You're just going to do the same shit again for another 45 years, and then you're going to die. I mean, come on. Oh, anyway, right. This is about how you feel. It's about what you believe in yourself. It's about finding out what your new norms, what you want your new norms to be. Like, I have clients, right? I have ladies that have never exercised in their life, and now they're out their bed at 5:30 and they're in the gym Monday to Friday, because they know that hour, right, is possibly maybe the only hour of the day that somebody else doesn't want a part of them, but it's also their hour that they get to do amazing things only for them. And that, you actually can't beat that. You cannot beat that feeling of setting time aside for you and looking after yourself. It just makes you a nicer person. It makes life better. It makes everybody else enjoy life a wee bit more as well. So we're going to go for a clear plan to feel better in midlife. There's support and accountability, obviously. There's loads of tools to manage midlife changes, right? So we're going to speak about energy. We're going to speak about your hormones, because they're up and down like a yo-yo. Mindset, that is massive. Mindset and confidence, they are so connected. And we're going to speak about movement. It's all right, you don't need a gym membership. I'm not going to give you 50,000 million exercises to do every day, all right? Exercise is not included. It's about encouragement and about just encouraging you to have the confidence to do the unknown, basically. And it's also going to be a space where, you're going to be working with women of, do you know what I mean? Your peers. Women that are going through the same shit that you're going through. Women that are struggling with the same struggles. Because I guarantee you, if you're listening to this podcast, right, and you're not one of my clients, you probably think that everything that you're going through and it is just you. And it's so not. We are literally all the same. We've all got the same fears. We've all got the same struggles. Absolutely. It's just that some of us are further on in our journey than others. I'm not anything special. Believe me not. You might look at me on social media and you think that I've got all my ducks lined up, right, in a row. Most of the time I have, to be fair. But I never used to have. I was a fucking riot. An absolute riot. So I'm just a wee bit further along than you, which is why I want to share my experience with you, to make you understand that whatever's happening now in your life doesn't have to be like this forever. All right. So we're going live very soon. End of September. All right. Group coaching. It's the way to go for you ladies. No calorie counting. no calories and macros, no MyFitnessPal. We're going to take that pressure right off and we're going to get you feeling like you could literally take on the world, all right? Midlife, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's the perfect time to set out your stall for the next 20, 30, 40 years, all right? It's designed, group coaching, so it's the group version of the Midlife Reset, which is where my midlife ladies are working at the moment on fat loss, all right? It's designed to help you feel amazing without the pressure, the restriction, or the guilt that often comes with midlife and lack of self-confidence, all right? So I want you to feel more confident, more energized, and I just want you to feel like you, right? I want you to be confident enough to be you. This is your invitation, all right? I have a priority list. Find me on the socials. I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Coach Caris. I'm on YouTube as Coach Caris. I'm obviously on Spotify as Coach Caris, all right? Go onto my website. Funnily enough, it's called Coach Caris, all right? You can message me. You can email me. I want you on the priority list so that you get the first option to actually change your life. Midlife, man. Best chapter yet. Speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.